Okay, I had to compose myself a little bit. As a target individual, it's so easy to let your aggression get the best. Not even aggression, just anger. But that's what they want to do. So, for me, I try to find ways to to release it, just kind of vent, and then just calm down. But I know these perps get frustrated in different fashion, and then I've noticed that their fashion of being frustrated is to try to go into this like mystic voices and talking this way. You die for it. I was like, I'll die for this governmental program that's utilizing this technology on us test subjects to develop it. That's what I'm gonna die for, and I understand that. Now, this low life trash sold his soul for it, and involving a program that does so much horrible things and to try to paint this false reality. As I said, for me, it's been this disgusting low lifeness of it's so I don't know how they do this, but they're gonna get theirs. And I've said it. It's like this level of foulness, of evilness that you can do in such an easy fashion cannot be free. And if you think it's free, wait. Just like you're waiting for me to go through whatever I'm going to go through, wait for what's going to happen to you. And you'll see what I'm saying. Now, some gave me, like, some people think I'm going to let them escape. It's not going to happen. I'm going to try to maintain politeness and respect, and not even respect, calmness. But it's not going to be, they're not going to escape. I have no problems expressing myself. I'm supposed to be intimidated by these perps now. They come in all shape and form. I have coworkers, I have neighbors, people in all genre of ecosystem are involved in this. And my employer employed me to do one thing. My current employer is now responsible for me being in this program. I know that. I'm aware of that. Matter of fact, they made it clear that when they hired me, they were meant to break me down. So they warned me of that in certain ways. And they right now want to go in this fantasy that I'm going to think that there's this femme fatale. Let me repeat that. They want me to think that there are some kind of people at war, and they're avenging. They're just opportunities. And I understand the incentives must be amazing, especially in the field that they're in. So I understand the reality of things, and I see them truly for what they are. Now, what they try to still do to me is try to make me believe and make me see them as these adventurers of some sort. I know what this program does and who it has done it to. And I know they associate it to that by being involved in this program. There is no escapism. You can have all the noise campaign, because noise campaign, in my case, is utilized to kind of deflect, disorient me. For example, neighbors right now opening the door, having their dog bark, because they want me to stay in this bubble of this false reality where they're using their material, this technology, this theirs, and they're avenging and they're making me rot because of what I've done. Trash us. First of all, this technology that's running my body is this new this technology coming from the Department of Defense. One of them called it the 21st century weapon system. The new weapon system of the 21st century, right? And it's not coming from some neighbors or some coworkers. So obviously I know the Department of Defense is running this program. You understand the stupidity they want me to be in? So I've accepted that, but they're going to continue this gimmick till the end. They have to. But it's just like, I'm going to put it in your face so much that you're going to hate me so much, because I'm breaking down your deluded reality that you're using to cope with reality. Because you want to enjoy this incentive. Perps enjoy the incentive they got of it. So they're going to create storylines, or even for their own sake of coping. For the purpose of their own sake of being able to enjoy what they do. They love this. Some of these perps I know have problems with mental issues. I know some of these perps are on antidepressants. I know the fragility of these perps. Some of them is so pathetic, but involving in this program gives them this empowerment. Some of these perps are going through conditions that could be deadly. But in this moment, they are seeing me breaking down. So they start creating the storylines of what this is about because they love what they do. They love these things. Target visual, this technology does so much things to the body. It's insane. And nobody's around you. You know what you go through. Have you seen somebody around you doing that to you? No. Imagine what they do to the brain. Have you seen how pathetic some of these perps look like? But you see how they can do these things to you? So that's what they can do. So for me, I've accepted. So the reason why I'm going to die and I'm dead is because the government's destroying my life. They're just using these retards. To implement this, and it doesn't take geniuses. Honestly, it does not take geniuses. The government is the reason why my life is destroyed. That's it. Not some whatever storyline that this trash tried to come up with. You see who tells you, oh, you're so done. I was like, oh my gosh, really? Was it not done the second I was putting this program? It's like, I'm like, dude, wait, tell me, like they are so pathetic. They're using people who are so childish, child-minded, loser-minded, that they can't even say, oh, you're so done. It's like me being involved in a program that's using test subject as a human being as test subject and looking at the test subject like guinea pig. An actual guinea pig is like, oh, you're so done. Then walk away. That's the kind of mentality they have. Do you understand the level of childlike and losery we're talking, or the level of stupidity they have to make themselves be? It's like the second you put yourself, they put you in this program, it's over. Your life is becoming is destroyed. Few survive this, if any. And I've accepted that. And I see that as that. I don't put this in different perspective. I put reality. Now when I see this trash, going through whatever they get through, but enjoy the participation of this because it gives them this empowerment. I'm like, you fucking trash. You're gonna get yours, it's for sure. And you try to make it look like you won this war. What war? You were sitting all along in pajamas and I have to calm down because sometimes they try to create this facade. But the one facade that I detest the most is how they try to distance themselves from what this program does. I'm a male individual that they torture. But there's a lot of female, a lot of women, strong women that have strength. I don't even understand how they get the strength. I don't know if I could last as long as these women have lasted. They are the strongest people I've ever seen. Every day I try to bring the testimonials of them because I have trash every day try to make me think of these storylines and fantasy of what they think this program is about. They even tell me when they frame me, it's going to be our jail. It's the government jail, of course. When they're going to injure me, when I'm going to say I'm going to go to their hospital, it's the government hospitals. These people are so... And when they say R, they won't be like, oh, R as in this group of femme fatale was so badass. And they even create harness voices of tonality of like strong, like fierce. You see who's talking, you can't even be seen. Because you know I see you for the clown that you are. This trash talking to me the way they're talking to me are involved in a program that does so much horrible things to not only children, but women. Not only men, but women and children. And they try to make me experience this. And they try to make me see them in this fashion. Let me just say this. I will never let this low life involve in what they do. Involve in this program what they love so much. Because of this technology capabilities are so amazing. And that's the truth. I don't even know if the financial aspect is good. I'm sure we talk about the Department of Defense. That means financial incentives, resources are overwhelming, are great. But just the technology on its own, what the incentives of it all, to be involved in a program where you can alter a human brain, alter a human body, and you're not even being seen. You can be the coward of the coward, the king and queen of cowardness, and do so much destructive, the horrible things to a person, and live a fantasy of all sorts. I can't let them live that fantasy. I can't do that. I know reality. I know some of these Perps. I know it's just some of the they do this to agitate you sometimes, but sometimes they do believe this. It's like, no, you're gonna lose. I'm like, what? I think you believe this. And when I say I'm shocked that they could say something that stupid, it means like, do you think I have doubt that the government is going to beat me? Or you think that I think this is you doing this thing to me? It's crazy. I'm dying, I'm getting sick because of the government program is doing that to me. This technology coming from this governmental entities, the Department of Defense, is applied on me. You are just the bottom feeder implementing this. Tomorrow you can be replaced by 20,000 people. You're such a loser that you enjoy this because it's the only place where you can never lose. But let me go calm down and see things for what they are. Why I'm frustrated? It's the level of storylines that you want to create. Listen, they've been talking about Courtney, right? Tell you did this to her and that. The last video about that is about rectum injuring her rectum. It's nasty. But they can create thoughts process and make me imagine things. My brain, my thoughts, like I said a long time ago, well, a few years ago, in 2020, my brain is like their playing field. My imagination, my thought process is their playing field. They can make me imagine, think, and they react however the way they want to. This is why I'm really here. I'm a test subject for that purpose. I understand that. I'm not fooling myself out of thinking that now this is no. This is literally the governmental entities that have been creating this technology since the freaking 60s, utilizing me like so many others as a test subject. These perps, their job is to try to disorient me, literally making noise campaign, like like you try to make noise campaign, stop somebody thinking, hey, like that's like the kind of things they can do to disorient me from seeing things for what they are. Now, what they've done to women, you've heard it. If you haven't, let me give you a sample of how horrible they are to women. The torture of women is well documented. They torture us, target individual, in order to get results that they want from us. Stress, pain, horrible experiences for the purpose of this program. It's truly evil, but this evil has a purpose for this program. The purpose is to develop this technology. Now, listen to the evilness that is applied onto women. For example, this poor woman who is being tortured in so many ways, and she talks about it.
Today I'm actually
I don't know if
feeling something that's like it's different than the burning of private parts of my body. It feels like somebody is trying to literally like cut the inside of my body, like my vagina. I'm bleeding and it's like bright red blood and it's extremely painful.
so. This woman is describing what this technology is doing to her. She's describing that she's feeling pain in her private parts, her genital area. Now, usually what they do to her is burning her genitals. They can actually make you feel burn sensation when you're not burning, but they can create burning sensation and they actually burn you using this technology. They're burning her genital, her private parts. You understand how nasty this thing is? This trash that you see around you are involved in that. The people that you interact with you, who's involved in this program, for me, at least they know that this is what this program does to women. They've just tried to normalize these things as if this should be accepted as like something that's normal. She describes that today is not the burning sensation, but what's happening, they're cutting the inside of my vagina. I'm bleeding. She described the color of her blood coming from her genital that has been cut up internally using this technology. The same technology that's cutting me up inside, that's destroying me, that's rotting me. This trash, doing that to her, could be as simplistic, as fragile as this trash around me. Doing these horrible things in pajamas. I know this. The level of evilness these trash are involved in, it's not just because they torture me in this evil way. It's because they do that to even women and children, or at least what they're involved in does that. I have to find strength to not let these people leave the fences. Now, going back to Courtney, you heard this woman. They come in all shape or form. The sexual torture are crazy, are horrible, are evil. Not because it's just happening to me, but it's because it's happening to women too. Let me get this.
I also experience what is referred to as mellow. Anything electronic. They have even locked me out of my office building that uses an electronic key. It is often very difficult and an immense battle just to even sit on the toilet to go to the bathroom. Not only because of the bowel and bladder manipulation, but also because of the frequent severe sexual assaults on the genitals, my butt and anus, shaking, vibrating, and rocking my body back and forth, and forced eyeball movements, and phantom touch sensations doing rubbing sensations, etc.
This woman is so sexually tortured that even using the restroom is an issue. These perps here are involved in this. They want to distance themselves from this because what they try to present them as themselves as this different group is our portal. We're different. We're using our money. They're using children to do that. To gaslight you this way. No, this is the government entities that's doing that to this woman. It's the same that's doing that to me. You just contracted to do this. Some of these perps have done that to me, who are doing that to me, have done that to women. And they're using children, or close to children, to try to be like, no, we're different. Look at us. We look so feminist and so progressive, so it's different. What the What kind of clowns? No, you're not different. You're involved in a program that torture women and children in these ways. You just doing that to me and want to now present yourself as like, oh, we're so different. Look at us. No, you're not. You are the same people torturing her. When I see them, I see the pain of these women. And then when I hear them try to bring up Courtney, I'm like, trash, you're a piece of lowlife. You're an opportunist trash. I'm thankful that I was here on that day saying this.
And I'm a victim of organized stalking, electronic harassment, microwave torture, V2K abuse, and I'm asking you to help us end this crime against humanity, which has impacted men, women, children all around the world.
Hi, I'm Wan from Malaysia. My family are targeted individuals. We are victims of cyber torture, and I will not give up. I will fight to the end.
And I'm a victim of organized
We need this to
stalking,
stop.
electronic harassment, and I'm speaking to you on International Targeted Individual Day. I live in the US, in Illinois, and I'm a victim of organized
We need
stalking,
this to stop.
electronic harassment.
You know, a lot of these women have been sexually tortured. I'm thankful that I was able to speak and say this is not only happening to me, but it's happening to men, women, and children all around the world. This is who is doing that to us. They try to disorient us, target individual. They try to make us think that this is anything but this massive government that's been doing that for years. The developing of the technology they apply onto us has been developing for decades and before a lot of us were even born. And they try to paint these storylines to try to disorient you so you don't see things for what they are. The pain I'm going to experience is the same, is the pain coming from technology that is torturing them, these women. Because the pain I'm going to experience is going to come from the Department of Defense technology that can hit the body and destroy the body in so many horrible ways. And they are implementing and utilizing this trash here, this contracted low life, to try to confuse you. They use even children. Like, they say, a bad day. I would have died in hell. I think in life I understand why some people can run to the horror for the purpose of, I'd rather go there, because the people involved in this, they're doing this evilness so easily and deluding themselves so much that they need to see me run toward a horrible thing and see why would this little man run toward that when he knows that is the pain and his sufferings. He's running there because he knows you're going to get yours. And when you get yours, that moment, then that. He needs to do it. I need to run. I have to find, I'm not a brave man. But I have to find a way to lock this in. And go into this pain that I know I'm not going to be able to handle, but run to it. Because this trash will be watching, then it's waiting time for what's going to happen to them. They were trying to bring up this woman, Courtney. They try to make me imagine, no, what happened, this and that. First of all, they come with the stories, and they try to tell me, no, you injured her rectum. Try to make me imagine whatever happened, and I'm sorry for the language I'm going to use, but I'm going to be honest. And I'm going to try to censor some of the language. They make me imagine that what happened with me and her was inclusive of rectum. That's all I'm going to say. I'm sorry for the language, but I'm going to try to bring that up. And then what they do to make me think that it's true, they start making me think of my past relationship when me and somebody were being intimate and how we were trying to do things differently and we did it once and try to make me imagine that and then apply that to this thing between me and Courtney, to make me imagine that what happened injured her rectum. Playing with my imagination in this fashion. Now, you gotta understand, this low life are trash. They have no shame of how they can create stories, but these people actually torture women in ways that you hear rectum area, rectum, electrocuting the rectum of women. You heard that woman talk about her genitals being zapped. They zap the rectums of women.
Psychological evaluations, not one but two. The one physician said, "You're mentally sound as a bell." He said, "I don't have any idea what's going on with you." When I go to sleep, when I go to try to sleep, I feel like I'm being lit up like a Christmas tree. I feel every cell in my body just bouncing out of my body. I can't even describe it. I get electric shock of my rectum. I get electric
shot in her rectum. And by the way, hear what she says at the end.
Worked for the Defense Department. She worked on the global mapping of that system. And when I told her what I was going through, all she could say was, "You're on your own." Well, I figured that out. If you would please, I urge you to pass this. I realize you can't enforce it, but if you would pass it, it might give other communities the courage to do the same thing and show our Defense Department we are not the enemy. We are not to be attacked. We are not terrorists. Most of us are defenseless women.
You understand? That's what they do to women. And by the way, when they try to play, oh, we're this group, we're some fierce femme fatale. Trash.
But I was going to be shot in the face. And it was an older guy. He was like really, really disgruntled and pissed off. Yeah, she was shot in the face. You know, sound like an angry ass old person. You know, then a couple of days later, a female said the same thing. I was shot in the face. You know, stupid shit like that. But what I really noticed is, with the voices go, it's a bunch of females. You know, and I'm like, bro, really? You're not a woman. What real woman would stop another female or sit back?
Trash opportunist. But with me, they've tried to play like this femme fatale. Feminists. Pay trash shots. Yeah, you're burning women's genitals and then play feminists when you... Or involved in a Listen, some of these people doing that to me have done that to others. Some have not. But that means that you involve yourself in something, in a program that does these horrible things to women, but somehow block it out to get to me, to pay for Courtney? Oh, so if Courtney was one of these women here, if unfortunately she's put in this program, and she's out here saying these things here.
Military medical research. I too believe my experience is referred to as no-touch torture, utilizing defense technologies. Jonathan Reno, he basically predicted all this a number of years ago in his book Undue Risk. I'm asking you to help initiate a congressional investigation. We've all come a long way. This is what is needed. We want to have the accounts of this extreme human rights abuse that's going on in our country documented and heard, all of the accounts. We also need what was done during the Clinton administration, which is a major declassification of some of these documents that are hiding what's been going on. I speak for many when I say we've suffered long enough. My personal experience has been 10 years. I've been vilified. I've been ostracized. I've been tortured. I have burns on my body. I'm an American. I have rights. The answer to the question, the big question today, could it happen today? The answer is yes, it is happening today. It is happening for some of us every day. I am begging for you to help us. Thank you.
You know they were making fun of this woman, so oh, you're gonna beg. But also, oh, Courtney, not for Courtney, die! Trash ass. What if it was Courtney here talking? It would be nothing, right? Never. I cannot let these people speak for it. Do you understand? They don't care about Courtney or anybody you bring up when they're involved in something that can do these things to women. Listen, this is so systematic, the sexual torture, that this man says these things.
Already being used. I mean, if you talk to the victims, the TIs, one of the worst breakdowns, and it's pretty common. I think I can say the word simulated rape in forced orgasm.
You can say anything you want. This is the internet.
And so simulated orgasms and rape is
Right.
extremely common, and
Right.
especially violating for women. They complain about that torture breakdown the most.
You gotta understand these things. And I'm specific to women are here. If I bring up what they do to children, you'll be another level. But imagine this is Courtney talking about how she's being tortured, that she's going through atrocities. Imagine this is Courtney.
Next week. Hello, my name is Kimberly Buckner, and I have been a targeted individual for a very long time. The things I have experienced due to being targeted, they have been unreal. But however, I can personally attest that this is very real indeed. My life has been destroyed in every possible way, and every day has been a struggle for me. I'm very grateful to be before you today, due to Amy Anderson's due diligence and to everyone else involved. I thank you, council members, for giving us targeted individuals a chance to speak and to be heard. And I pray that these atrocities will soon be brought to an end. But we need your help. Thank you.
Do you think they give a damn about Courtney? Or just opportunists? Right? Something like, oh, now we help. Shut up. You help with what? These trash are low lives. You know what will help for? Fight for this. For Kimberly, forgot her last name. Kimberly. Mariana. For Lisa Baker. For all these women. All these women here. No, these trash are opportunists that are involved in a program that does these horrible things, that can torture all these women, no problem. And then be like, now we're supporting them. No, you're not, you lying trash. You're an opportunist. This woman called it out. There's a lot of females involved in that, and that's one of those. I can't do that. I remember when somebody said, oh, we support them. No, you don't. You support with what? You support the entities that torture them. You're not even supporting them. You're participating. So for me, when they are here now and try to make me imagine what happened, it's like, listen, you, first of all, are here falsifying this. But I will never let you, somebody involved in the program here, where, forget all these women are here asking for help and begging for help. And you're involved in a program that does this. Like I said, would you care if one of these people was Courtney? Trash ass. But you're involved in a program that does this to this woman. Target individuals, stay strong. Stay strong. For me, I'm so thankful to all the testimonials. They vilify us like this woman say however they can. But for me to try to bring up this woman, knowing that I know they are here torturing women, and some of these people doing that to me have participated in the torture of women. I know that. And it's not that hard, because if they can do that in pajamas and whatever, what if they dehumanize us, inclusive of men and children, and women and children. Babies are being tortured by this trash. To all my target individuals, stay strong.